LinkedIn is one of the best channels for cold outreach, but most people do it wrong. They send generic messages, just spray and play and blast out cold DMs. That don't work. But if done right, LinkedIn can be one of the best B2B sales channels with the highest conversion. That's why now I'll show you an ultimate guide to LinkedIn outreach, going over each and every step you need to perfect to make sure you get the best results possible and start booking meetings with LinkedIn and getting paid. Because that's what all of us are here for, right? So, LinkedIn is one of the best channels because unlike email, you have 100% delivery rate. Each message you send reaches the recipient and people on LinkedIn are ready to be sold to. That's the business social media platform, right? So first thing you want to do is build a solid LinkedIn profile. If you reach out and all I can see is a meme profile picture, no profile picture or no information about you, I will not respond. Of course not, right? So if your profile looks terrible, if you have images from your college dorm room, as if you're on Facebook, it's not gonna do well. Now, what you want to have is a proper banner, a proper headline, an about section. And these should show your expertise, your previous experience, what you've done, the services you offer, right? All of that stuff. You can have endorsements below, and you should, in your profile, right? Your past experience, people you work with. All of that stuff is necessary to show your credibility, to show that you're someone that's worthy to work with, right? When you do that, you can actually send a connection request, and it will not feel like a spam automated bot that uses random or this person does not exist profile pictures, if you know what I'm talking about, right? Because those are terrible. Right? Now let's go to refining your target audience, basically finding your leads and your ideal clients on LinkedIn. So how do you do that? First, the foundation of everything of all lead generation is ICP definition, your ideal customer's profile definition. So you basically need to filter down on what your ideal client looks like. Where is it based? What industry? What tech stack does it use? If it's company, what role are you targeting? Is it CMO, CEO, senior sales manager, whatever it is? The size of their company, their revenue, all of this stuff, right? You basically filter out all the people that would not buy your product, would not see any value in using your product, because you only need to reach out to people who are suffering with a pain point that you could solve. Otherwise, you won't sell them anything, right? So that's the first thing you do. And to help you out with that, you can use LinkedIn filters. It has a lot of filters, like, let me even show you. So whenever you go into search, you'll see that you can search by people, post, jobs, companies, groups, right? Let's do people. Even then, you can filter down a lot more. Locations, current company, all filters, right? As you can see, there's location, company, connections, past company, school, industry, profile, language, keywords, whatever it is. And apart from that, you have Sales Navigator, which suggests even more filters. So use that and focus on specific and not broad audiences, because after all, that's how you're going to nail your messaging. That's how you're going to present your product as the top solution and make the most money and book the most calls. Because if you're trying to reach out to everyone, trying to sell a pen to, I don't know, all of the world, well, the only benefit of it is to write down something, right? But if you specialize it for salespeople, you can say, take down the most specific notes you need to close the deal, whatever it is, right? This is an example, but be specific. If you're focusing on broad, your messaging is not going to reach the prospect on an emotional level, which you need if you want to book a sales call and close them, right? Carrying on, how to research profiles effectively. First of all, I'll give you a tool in a bit that you can use to avoid all of this, but if you're doing it manually, here are a couple of things you need to do. So quick scan, right? You look at the profile, see usually their bio, their description, see what the person is doing, their past companies, just so you could have some information to personalize the message on, right? Then you look at their recent posts, their company updates, whatever it is, maybe congratulate them on something, which is kind of weak, right? Everyone does that. And then after you have all of this information, you can identify common connections for a personal touch. Basically, oh, I've been to this, I don't know, SaaS meet as well last year. How was it for you? Whatever it is, right? Oh, I'm struggling with this problem too. Oh, I use this product as well. Whatever it is. Now, usually, I'll expand on this more. Usually, don't even need to set a message in a connection request. It has a higher reply rate, but we'll go over this anyways because you should A/B test and see what works better for you, right? Carry on. So how do you send a connection request? Now, first thing you should understand about a connection request is that it's there to connect you with the seller. It's there to start a conversation. It's not there to sell. You shouldn't pitch in your connection request. You shouldn't even pitch in your first message. So here's how you do it. First, you personalize the message. If you're sending a message, like I said, blank connection requests usually work just as well and you don't have to work. So if you're writing it, reference specific content, make it personalized, right? Keep it short because no one is reading paragraphs, and make sure the message presents itself as it's going to help the prospect, right? You're not there coming to sell. You basically have to disguise everything. What will help you the most is remembering that the goal is to connect with a person, not to sell something, right? We'll sell afterwards, and maybe this feels backwards to you, but you will get a lot more sales this way. Carrying on, what happens after the connection request, right? So you send a connection request, probably a note or no note, whatever it is, then you'll follow up or send an initial message providing value with insights or resources, or just sparking a conversation saying, hey, you're doing this, is this even relevant to you? Are you finding any issues with this and that? Whatever it is. And once you have this follow-up, this conversation going for back and forth, 1 or 2 messages, you can actually offer to chat or share problem-solving experiences, share a case study, whatever it is, share solution without the implementation, whatever your sales process is, right? You basically do this to get the prospect interested, to get the prospect on a call, and to sell them. So again, simple. Send a connection request with a message or without. Probably without. Then you just chat to them, like simple question, just to get a response out of them. You don't need to ask them, hey, here's my Stripe, pay me and I'll do this for you. You don't do that. All you do is spark a conversation. Once the conversation is going, once you know that the prospect actually suffers with a pain you can solve, boom, you give them the solution, and all they need to do is book a sales call. Boom. And that's when the Stripe invoices come and you make the money. Anyways, carrying on. Once you take care of all of this, you can actually start out building systems and automations to make everything better, faster, stronger. You know the song, right? So first, you'll do it manually just to get a feel of what message works and what doesn't, just to see your own vibe, just to personalize messages yourself. Then you review and verify, see which ones work best, and A/B test carrying on. And then what you can do is use Salesforge. Salesforge is an automation tool that will write messages for you and reach out and even view profile, connect, automatically follow up when needed, right? So you can use it to skip all of this. You won't need to reanalyze the prospect's LinkedIn profile. It will analyze it all for you, draft a personalized message and send it out to you, right? I mean, on behalf of you. But if you're not using it, if you don't want to scale and you want to do it to yourself, you just do this, right? Write a message, send, see results, and that's it. Right? That's what you're doing. That's how you achieve success. You see what works, what doesn't, what gets the most replies, what gets the most sales. You test different variations, you notice the patterns, and you improve. All of this can, of course, be automated, like I said, with Salesforge. I'll link a video at the end of this video so you can take a look at it, right? Now, to make LinkedIn an insanely powerful channel, you need to look at it long term. That means engage with prospects every now and then, right? Interact with them consistently. Perhaps they will not buy your product right away after first initial outreach. Maybe it's couple months later on in a different quarter, whatever it is, but you just engage with them whenever you're using LinkedIn or using the automations with Salesforge by liking some posts, sending connection requests, whatever it is, right? So this is how you can set up LinkedIn to become a sales machine, right? You set up your profile, you find your ICP, you write the best messages possible, and if you need, you can scale by integrating Salesforge to start outreach with unlimited LinkedIn accounts without lifting a finger. Now, if you want to learn more about that, there's a link in the description and a video right here. It was me, Sam. Have a good one and peace.